Well, I wish I would have been a little bit more satisfied, but strangely enough, I wasn't. But does that mean I dislike the chapter? Hell no, I'm a die-hard fan of this show because everybody else cannot stop complaining about every single little thing about these manga. So I won't do that. I will be a blind fan forever. So yeah, it's me, the angry anime fan, the despair reviewer, bringing you chapter 513 of Fairy Tail. It turns out that yeah, they really did defeat Rakid, and I do not complain about that. They needed to do that. And of course, Minerva watches Kagura, and uh, although everything what happened there, she said Kagura says, "I just want to live on." She don't hold any more grudges. And still, however, it's Sorano Angel who is still under the spell. And let me tell you, the poster she's making. Oh, one wonder. But now only Fairytale left, and we are finally switched back to Ersa and Wendy versus Eeileen. Oh well, that fight is pretty. It gotta have to say though, it's very nicely choreographic and nice slashes and all that. But Eileen, being Eileen, of course, cannot really be that easily defeated. And finally, uh, reveals her true nature. Although Elsa says she doesn't really care. She says indeed, as everybody has suspected, although we were thrown off by that line made by Hiromashima, "I am you, you are me." It turns out that Eileen really is her mother. So I don't exactly know what that line, "I am you, you are me" with, but this is Hiromashima. He is known to throw trolling moment into us, so he may just have thrown that in order to yes, confuse us further. Unless, of course, she's lying about this. But for now, let's just believe this, what she says. And, of course, Ersa is shocked. Moreover, the fact that she was homeless in Rosemary, or more like she didn't have anyone to do that. But Ersa denies having any mother because the only master I had is... no, the only parent she had is her master, Makarov. And, of course, Eileen says she doesn't consider Ersa her child either, because, well, she thought she had died. Moreover, she's on the opposite side. So yeah, that's actually kind of cruel. Not the fact that a mother and daughter relationship has to be like this. It's more of the fact that Eileen doesn't even seem to care a bit about what happened. So but so she prepares to finish this off, but before doing that, she says that she will reveal the secret about Elsa's birth and everything else. And that's when things really became weird, that she does a headbutt that is a bit of like a mind thing, and reveals her true story, which is very, very unbelievable. Her name was Irene Belserion, and she somehow was the queen of dragons. So yeah, things really are taking a twist. As I said before, at the beginning, this really did not click with me. Do not know why. Is it because I hate Eileen so much, or is it because there's so many things that do not make sense? But when I said makes sense, the fact that we have to end this year with this kind of chapter in Fairy Tail is not so good, because I don't think we will get any more Fairy Tail chapters now. After all the mangas will go on a break starting next week, or at least this week, what I know of, and we won't get the new ones until December. Is that how it works, or is it just Fairy Tail who is the only one who's going to work? He is, after all, the only author that have actually been able to stay healthy, or healthy, at least not been uh, forced to take a hiatus, because I'm afraid a lot more and more are finally breaking from the enormous pressure that is manga creation. But all in all, the Queen of Dragons, why doesn't it make sense? Because, well, that means Irene is also very old and somehow immortal. But the only thing that makes sense of this is She knew Seraph for a very long while. The way she talked to Acnologia with such a respectful tone. However, how could a human be the queen of dragons? That's what I want to know. Moreover, apparently she gave birth to Ersa long before all of this happened, which was 400 years ago. So Ersa is not 400 years old. Does that mean she's also, a victim of the gate? The gate that sent them, Natsu and the Dragon Slayers, into the future. I'm starting to think that maybe that's the case. But all in all, we finally get our answer. It took long enough. But will we get more? At least the title of the next chapter, that we will not get until very, very late, is a bit promising. The origin of the dragons. We have always asked ourselves the origin of the dragons. All we know is that there were some dragons who saw humans as food, others who wanted peace, and then they taught the dragon slayers to humans, and one went off the deep end. That still doesn't explain that if Eeileen was the queen of dragons, why didn't Acnologia recognize her? Or maybe he has refused to recognize her. I mean, Eeileen did look a little bit different than she does in the past. All in all, that's basically this chapter. What do you think is gonna happen? Give me your thoughts if you have any. All in all, besides that, some nice fights here, so I didn't mind it.